YouTube list wins top 10 best of whatever it is. Click, click, click. Gain 5,000 subscribers.
On that note, hit the like, subscribe. We appreciate it.
Here we go. It's the finals. We got mine. I'm surprised. I made it to a final. This is like I won the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure I get it.
Third grade science fair.
Whoa. I won my high school science fair. Thank you very much. You back off, sir.
There were only 2 submissions, but I won.
Fair enough. But anyway, yeah. So we've got mine versus Chuck. And we'll see what it is. So we'll recap if you haven't watched previous episodes for this and you're just like, I want to tune in to see what wins for the celebrity bracket because I want to buy a celebrity bourbon.
Did I want to buy these bourbons? I think I was forced to buy these celebrity bourbons.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, you're kind of forced to buy some things.
Regularly, I'm forced to buy Chuck's Middle Shelf Challenge, Chuck's Rye Challenge, a lot of things that Chuck didn't want to buy. Sorry, go ahead.
Chuck is forced to buy barrel products too.
No, those I gladly buy.
So the 3 bottles I submitted are Hidden Barn Batch 1, Bradshaw Bourbon, and Hardin's Creek. So those are my 3 celebrity bottles.
Hardin's Creek 2-year. Jacob's Well?
Jacob's Well was the 14-year amazing product that if you haven't picked up, you should.
What's the other one then? Hardin's Creek.
Hardin's Creek, Colonel James B. Beam, 2-year.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So that's what I entered, and we will see which one of those it is. Chuck and I have a strong suspicion it is Hardin's Creek because of those 3. That's kind of the best of those.
Yeah, it's the best. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Chuck's submission.
I had 3 submissions. Heaven's Door 10-year, Bob Dylan's whiskey, the 10-year version, the decade series. Tennessee from Sweetens Cove. So that's their blend of Kentucky and Tennessee bourbon with some toasted sugar maple, not maple sugar, sugar maple wood. And then also my third submission was Brothers Bond, but the Brothers Bond cast strength from our friends at the Vampire Diaries.
Chuck is a big supporter of that.
Big supporter. Yeah. Like the books. Are there books? I don't know if there's books. Seems like there should be books.
Probably.
Big fan. But that's Source MGP, so Chuck's a fan. Yeah. Here we go.
MGP cheaper than normal? Yeah, I'll take it. Thank you very much.
There you go. I mean, to be fair, most of these I think we're right, give or take $70.
Yeah, right around there.
So, all right, are we ready to get into this?
Yeah, I mean, I've been nosing them. Like they're close. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give it to yours on the nose because they're both vanilla, caramel. Melted caramel is what I'm going to go with, like a Werther's. But yours does not have the young doughy note that mine has.
I guess in addition to those, like just classic, the vanilla, a little bit of caramel. This on mine, I get honestly like it's a little bit of tobacco note. It's like a fresh tobacco leaf.
I will say, so having worked through this entire flight, these two have, and I mean, to be fair, we're a bourbon channel. The classic bourbon noses. Like,
yeah, I mean, yours, you can tell it's young. There's just a little bit of a grain note, although not an obtrusive one, to be truthful. You already on the palate? You made a face. You made a face.
So the palate is good on mine, but at the very end, there's just like sudden harsh note, and I was like, "Ooh, no, thank you."
It's. Do you remember what the proof point? We're suspecting this is the Hardin's Creek, but we don't know. Do you remember what's the proof point on Hardin's Creek?
So on Hardin's Creek, the 2-year, the proof point is 108.
Okay, because so for me on the palate, I get this nuttiness, a little bit of sweet. It's like a nutty sweet.
Yeah,
a little bit of a grain. and then it just transitions really quick to a little bit of a pepper finish, a little bit of an ethanol finish. Um, so maybe a little lacking complexity, and then
Yep.
with the little bit of a young grain note, not bad. Like as
Mhm.
far like you don't get it's not overly crafty. Like that's different as far as what we consider grain, but
So because we all know, like, so Chuck and I are assuming this is the Hardens Creek, which is Jim Beam product. We all know Jim Beam products generally go with the nutty profile. So if we're gonna go nuts, I mean, you got to go planters. I'm gonna go. This is like honey roasted planters is the best description of it. I mean,
yeah,
it's not bad. It doesn't excite me. Is where I'm gonna go.
that nose is just sweet cherry, a little bit of tobacco.
I assume you're talking about yours.
Yes, yes.
I agree. Putting these two side by side, it hurts me. There's no comparison.
Yeah, it's like, and then the palate, smoky tobacco, sweet, something deliciousness with some oak. There you go. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the moment I tasted it, there was no comparison. I don't know what it is Chuck sent, but whatever celebrity bourbon this is that he sent, it's you got to have it on your shelf.
Oh,
It's
wow. I was gonna add,
yeah,
that was gonna be the next. So it's like if this won the challenge,
yeah.
then we go to the next step. So is it just did it win the challenge, which is one thing,
Yep.
or two, is it? I mean, now we got to talk value, worthiness, like
Oh yeah, like all that depends. I think what it comes down to is now it deserves. I think Chuck should send it in a blind with other bourbons that are readily available, and we see if it makes the cut. But as far as the celebrity bourbons we had, it's not close. Like it wins. End of story.
it's really good. I
Yeah.
love that the finish isn't overpowering pepper spice or ethanol. It's just like flavorful, smoky and oak.
If I was
It's like a
picking,
little bit of a
I'm
like a
saying,
sweet clove.
yeah, I'm going to say it's a Heaven's Door.
Are we ready
Mm-hmm.
for the reveal?
So we finally get to know everything. I'm excited.
Well, I was say everybody else knows. For us, this is a reveal.
Yep. All right. So it is your number 3 took it.
So now we get to laugh along with everybody
God.
else
Oh, no.
at home. Number 3 is Sweetens Cove.
What? Holy cow, that is good.
Yeah.
Dang.
My number 2 was Brothers Bond, which I'd have to even go back to the videos now.
Yeah,
And
so
then number
hold on.
1. Oh, go ahead.
I've got
What was
this.
our number 2?
I've got this somewhat planned out. So
Okay.
first off, I'm gonna have to go buy a Sweet's Cove now. Holy cow, that is delicious.
Smokes.
Like
That's the Tennessee. That is the
this is
Tennessee.
the end of
I think
my-
that's less than $60.
Mm-hmm.
We need to
That is-
now. I need to do we need to go back and redo a toasted flight.
No kidding. That is amazing.
That could be
all
the
right.
second best toasted flight, maybe the best for the value compared to Vantage.
Yeah. All right. So then we go against my TC1, which took second, is the Hardens
That's
Creek.
pretty good.
So we did good there.
That was
And
Hardens
then-
Creek.
That was Hardens Creek. And
Yeah.
then we had your C1,
Which was Heaven's Door.
Heaven's Door. Okay. And your C2,
Which was Brothers Bond.
Brothers Bond. Okay. And then, of course, all right. So way back when, the one versus the Hardens Creek was the Bradshaw. So we actually kind of like the Bradshaw.
Yeah, that was a hard matchup, right? Like
Yeah.
we were debating.
Yeah.
We were both like, "Oh, these are close."
Yeah.
So
And-
bravo to the Bradshaw.
Yeah. Yeah. That I think that's the surprise of the night, to be fair. And then the one against your Tennessee that won that we agreed was nowhere close, but Heather thought was close was the Hidden Barn.
Yeah, she was just being nice.
I do feel that was the case. Um, so Brian against the uh, C1, which was what was your C1?
Heaven's Door.
Heaven's Door was the blackened, and
Yeah.
against your
Which that one was close.
brother, right? That one was close, and against
Yeah.
your brother's bond, which was not really close, was
Long Branch.
Long Branch. So
Yeah,
there you go.
the Blackened versus Heaven's Door. That was a tough first
Yeah.
round matchup. That was a Final Four matchup
Mm-hmm.
in the first round.
Yeah. So I think moral of the story is what I expected, which is Hardin's Creek blind is better when you don't consider the price, but 2 year for $80, no, like it's not worth it because you could buy Brothers Bond, barrel strength. You could buy Tennessee. Holy cow! Big surprise of the night. There's just so many things you could buy that are
That was my
amazing.
surprise. That was was for me. I would have like preconceptions or pre ranking. I would have put Tennessee third. I would have thought because of my MGP loving, I would have put Brothers Bond second, and I thought I would have put Heaven's Door 10-year first. And Heaven's Door came in second in my lineup of three, and Sweetens Cove. Just wow, that's the surprise of the night.
It's gone on mine. I wish I had more. I'm tempted
I'll bring it to
go
you soon.
Buy a bottle. So with that,
there you go.
Cheers. Thanks for watching. Hit that like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks for tuning in. Let us know what your favorite celebrity bourbon is if you have one. There's literally a zillion out there. Maybe you're like, I just stay away from them. If a celebrity endorses it, it means I should not taste it, which I challenge you to go buy Tennessee and let us know.